Hi everyone, this is A9A here, and I'm going to be doing all of CJ Entus versus KTF, or KT FingerBoom, or Ole KT. And there's going to be Movie versus Violet on Destination. Here is Movie spawning at the 11 o'clock position as the yellow Protoss. Violet is a Protoss as well. There is Movie. And there is Violet spawning as the green Protoss. There is Violet. I believe that the team name is now Ole KT, but KTF was the first name that I can, recall. So I will probably call it that. And yeah, stats on both these players. Against Protoss, Violet is 56%, which is pretty decent. While Movie, he's actually on the B team for CJ Entus. He is only 38% against Protoss. And it looks like now he's putting his pylon up. Both players are getting their pylons up at about the same time. Violet getting his closer to his base, so he will have a couple extra minerals. And Movie had his idle for like a second, so yeah, we'll see what Movie can do to hopefully secure this game for CJ Entus. Because actually in the Pro League, Movie managed to beat Lita. So, I know Lita's a Terran, but, he still managed to beat Lita, which is not an easy feat to accomplish. And it looks like both players just sending their scouting probes out now. See if Movie can, snipe a probe or something of Violet's. Violet actually doing fairly not great a couple days ago against Frozian, of all people, a terrible Terran player. Yeah, so see if Violet can, redeem himself from the other day, losing to a terrible Terran player. But actually, I should also mention in the Pro League, Movie also lost to Justin. It's StarCraft player's name, it's not some white guy's name. And there's an anti-manner pylon going up for Movie, as one goes up for Violet as well. Seems like a pretty equal game at this point in time. Looks like there's Violet's gas right there, and there is Movie's gas. I'll see if they deviate from their builds here, and it looks like a Zealot going out to kill Movie's probe. One hit on that probe. So 2 more will get it, and there's the Cybernetics core now going up for Movie, and 1 for Violet as well. Movie putting it in a harder to attack position on the outside part of the minerals, while Violet is putting his in a more exposed position. But that is fine. There's Movie's probe. It took 8 minerals, because it is a thief. Movie clearly doesn't want Violet to have 8 minerals, but Violet, being a nice person, he lets Movie have the minerals because he knows Movie's at a disadvantage. And now just it's basically each player is trying to destroy the scouting probe before they probably attempt to tech up, so that maybe one of them goes for some different build than the normal. And it looks like there's range being upgraded for both players. So yeah, maybe they'll go for Reavers afterwards. We'll see. Looks like Violet's probe and Movie's probe still alive in each other's bases. And yeah, looks like Violet's probe is going to get pushed out, as is Movie's probe. So this is basically an equal game, a complete mirror game. Just like, yeah, and there's the robotics facility going up for Movie. See what Violet does if he decides to put a robotics facility down. Doesn't look like he's placed one yet because the observer hasn't seen one. So yeah, it doesn't look like it. So it might be that he's going for another. Movie's going for another gateway. And it looks like Violet is probably going to go for an expansion because he has not put a second gateway down, and he does not have a robotics facility. And so this could be bad for Violet because he is not teching up. He is expanding, and it will take a couple minutes for that expansion to go up and running. So this gives Violet a little opportunity, or no, it gives Movie a little opportunity to do a little bit of economic damage with maybe some Reavers. And there's the expansion from Violet. Yeah, so there's range, probably at least halfway done by now. It looks like another pylon just going up for movie. So if movie can scout this expansion correctly, he will have a brief opportunity of time to attack Violet. I keep not remembering their names. So, yep, there is a probe for Violet, I believe, and looks like the robotics facility is up. We'll see if he goes for an observatory or a robotics support base. So he is going to get Reavers, and so if he can do some damage with these Reavers before Violet's expansion can go up, Movie could secure himself the game, because right now he is ahead army-wise, I guess you can say, because he does have 2 gates and a robotics facility. Well, Violet has, he probably got his 2nd gate up now, but it's probably not completed yet. And, well, Violet has a gateway and a Nexus. Nexuses do not produce stuff. There's the 2nd gateway up for Violet. It looks like that probe dying right there. It looks like Violet is going to go for Templars as opposed to Reavers. He is just getting an observatory up right now. So we'll see what can go on. If Movie can time this correctly, he really needs to scout and see what Violet is doing for this to happen, though. It looks like the Reaver is done, maybe? He is moving the shuttle, so I would assume that the Reaver is done right now. It looks like Violet is getting his expansion up, and if Movie doesn't push out now, he could be in for a bit of trouble, because the expansion is now up, so Violet will have an economic advantage in this game. Looks like if that probe can spot this, he will be able to move in, and he will have a larger force because he has been producing out of 2 gateways this entire time, while Violet has only been producing out of 1. I believe his 2nd gateway is up now, but at this point in time, Movie has the advantage because he does have greater forces, and it looks like Movie is going in for a push here. We'll see if he can get rid of all of the forces of Violet, and a nice Scarab dealing damage to at least 3 of those Reavers, or at least 3 of those Dragoons. But the Reaver goes down. I still think Movie does have more forces, and yes, he does. So this could be really good for Movie. Looks like a bunch of goons now in Violet's base. Violet's going to have to pull off some, get those DTs out right now. Hopefully, Movie does not have an observer there. I do not see an observer for him. So if he can get some DTs out, I think Violet will be safe. But it looks like the last goon now going down almost for Violet. Looks like Violet now getting 4 gateways. He's going to need all that production capability. And it looks like a Nexus now going up, and it looks like an observer is coming over, so DTs will do nothing. So this could be bad for Violet. If he loses this expansion, I think this is going to be game, because he will just be so far behind. He does have 5 gateways, but he probably does not have enough for any of it. Looks like a 1 DT not going to do anything. There's an observer there for Movie. It looks like that DT's probably going to try to go to Movie's base, but he's probably going to have another observer out then. Looks like Violet having to pull all his probes. This is going to be GG here probably, and yeah, Movie wins. He's going to go on to play the next game because this is the Pro League Winners League format where the winner goes on to face more people. It looks like all the probes are going to die from Violet. It doesn't look like he's going to be GGing now, but he is going to lose this game. There's a DT and a Reaver now coming in for Movie, so yeah, Movie's just going to win this game pretty solidly. Movie now having 4 gateways. That's a pretty nice win by Movie. Nice timing attack. Good thing he did not, hesitate like some players might. And yeah, there's a Reaver going to kill off a bunch of probes. Getting 1 probe right there. Maybe getting a... Oh, dude, that was a nice Scarab. That was a great Scarab right there for that Reaver. 7 kills on that Reaver. That Reaver's going to die, but it doesn't matter. Most of the probes are dead, and Violet just cannot win. It looks like a couple more probes getting 11 kills. An 11 kill Reaver right there. And yeah, there's GG coming from Violet. Movie winning that pretty solidly. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, Movie moving on to the next game, and we'll see who he faces in set 2 of CJ Entus versus KTF/KT FingerBoom. KT FingerBoom is my favorite name, by the way. It's just such a good name. And yeah, GG. See you in the next game.
기본 병력을 많이 확보한 상태에서 상대방의 공격을 한번 버티고 그 이후에 태클을 확보를 하는 게 아니라 앞마당 확장